who? He? It's a she. Or at least look like one. And then said that I was romantically linked to some Muslim ladies. I say Muslim. Muslim can have 4 or up to 4, companions, right? And then they say, no, it's no limit. What? No, not yet. So number one, if they got any money, I told the banker, is either they decide a split, whatever, however they might. They might, they might, get their daily bread, spiritual bread, or, I say, hey, I count on my data, right? I don't even remember your face. You want me to spell your name? I can, because it's not only you titled to that name, but yeah, I don't even remember you that well. It's like kind of like, I haven't touched you yet. Wow, Puritans, purists. So I said, hey, you're subordinating to a protected computing data by international commerce and international finance. So if you subordinate and say that I am your upper management or decision maker, you have to overflow your accounts, or you only get my overflow account earnings. And most of these earnings are not commission. They are royalties. And when I say royalties, it's from films or mastery. So my first mastery was language. It is very precise. My second mastery was modern history. So I made fun of Koreans. Excuse me, Mr. South Korean president and North Korean president, and the previous United Nations Secretary General Bach. And I said, Korean and Chinese, how do you differentiate? Easy. Koreans, they have single eyelids. Us, the other Orientals, or, where I, eat and, things, I have double eyelids. So that was my second mastery. And I say it all day after I wouldn't stop yapping about it. And like, how do you tell Korean and Chinese? And I went back to school and I said, you know how to tell Korean and Chinese? Someone asked me the other day, I'll tell you now. Korean is single eyelids. Some are double eyelids. How else do you tell apart, Chinese and Koreans? I say, say something really, spiced, say something like chink, like ching, chingy, And if they reply, and no, but seriously, how do you tell? And then later on, so all these royalties, so those are kind of my account. And then, protective on my, personal assets and personal registries and, personal items. There were some other royalties, and then, I think it was just endless phone calls and the, phone call tapes, and communications and things. So there are endless, kind of income potentials. Yeah. So that's all it is. And the commission-based companies that might have use my account or use my ID. You know how there's approximately 137 nations in the United Nations. I think there are some extra IDs that were issued out to me, and they are able to be of course accountancy, bookkeeping, budgeting, right? Because sometimes with my accumulated information reminders for many other officers or officials or office men or filing and information holder or information owner, they are able to save time and they appreciate my precisions sometimes, or they appreciate my assorted, or they appreciate my filing. So I say invest back in your company first. So I think that's what they did, and the offer was really surprised. I said, wait, I was in kind of a questionable assets ratings, and then it was a long-term investment or mid-term investment. So mid-term investment is 5 to 10 years, and then short-term investment is 5 years or less. Long-term investment is more than 10 years, and then there's the lifelong investments. And then with the kind of mid-term investment, the amount was US 3.75. Yeah, and later on there was an estimation that each one of the competitive large corporations that were either territorial or industry leaders. That's why I listed many that were in the territory here, and it was able to keep everyone and reader and observer or market watchers smiling, kind of, that's good, we have some extra budgets and our realty place adds up and realty prices keep consistent as CPI and GDP growth. So GDP is gross domestic product, and then CPI is consumer price index. And you're able to use these kind of ratings to understand why your paycheck needs to go up, say 5%, 3 to 5% every year, or all at once, 7 to 10% after 2 to 3 years. And then why your Netflix might go up prices, or your bus or MTR or gas. Don't talk about gas. Gas fluctuates, so gas goes up and down. But parking space, ouch! A again, it went up. Yeah, that's good. So that's how it is. And sometimes they say I have golden lines. Like what? You know, one of the most happy thing ever happened to me in life was turning an adult and pay tax. Yeah, so that was my golden line. Guess what? I feel like a grown up. I pay tax. Yeah. So that's how it was. So they say I have some golden line, and they use it, and I get paid. They say that's good. That's royalties. Yeah. So royalties, another word is accumulated shares of profits by recognizable characteristics or public personality or personalities. So that is commission, but not the kind of raise the price and let's share the money kind of. Yeah. So no, I don't get direct payment on those. And so far, as of this annual, it's not a retail sales yet. Am I going to do it? Yeah. Computers, maybe. You know, something that I don't feel bad. And then they say, you know, some people say, you know, there's no need to feel bad. You need a profit. And when your profit is, you know, paying your rent, and then you see the value that you're one of the best, you know, one of the best. Ooh, yeah, we're the best. Yay, we're the best. Kind of, you know, standard. Then, you know, you deserve that kind of commission. And I said, it's hard to explain and justify or feel confident. Not feel confident. I'm always confident, but to, you know, set a tone, you know, one tone on visual that I deserve your price raise this year. I'm the only importer in this place, and this, you know, shipping dock, and I deserve this much commission, or else you can try other place or you don't buy this. But I think that there is not one, you know, import export that is truly that I can feel comfortable to explain to my American educated peers age group. You know, like, what? You know, that's kind of overestimated, or, you know, and then it just go endless. Or they might say, it's just, I simply think that it is not a whole list kind of corporate title that I can for that one particular importing product assessor and product tester, you know. And excuse me for saying this, sometimes I have to change branding or change the, you know, branding simply because I don't want to raise the budget spending out on all the people that might follow my decision or my choice. It's kind of anything, the watch, the phones and things, or but phone is different. So this year I bought an iPhone 512 gigabyte because someone played a little trick on me, because my iPhone was 256. So this is a 6 in Hong Kong, so 256, and my iCloud already raised to 1000 gigabytes, so that is 1 TB gigabyte, and then they kept switching files. I was like, wow, nice trick. So I looked it up, and there's 512, and of course I'm gonna buy the 512. Go play with that trick, And so that's kind of the team leader to supervisor to manager to middle manager to executive and company founder, kind of a few days setback. Yeah, so that's how it is in business, and that's all. But what's on my mind sometimes? In Chinese 还有什么担心或者想东西? It's just simply, it's always registrations on all the things you buy, and then listing as company assets, and then the company prevention. Hey, if you're aggressive, go start your own business. If you want my chair, no, you're not sitting on my chair. Yeah. So don't ask that. Don't ask what's in my chair. So yeah, that's all. So I'd rather keep my company small. Don't sit on my chair. What about your future children? They get their own chair, maybe. So it depends. So hopefully, everyone can have efficiency and efficiency. Efficiency. Efficiency, and then and read newspaper, and see what's going on around the world, and see who might need more and more guidance or references. Yeah, guidance is is tough. All right. So worries and things. That's all. And am I sad? That I had newly chose another city or another small city as a significant contributor, or kind of a promise to direct kind of roots or ancestry, kind of. No, I'm not sad. but it is responsibilities and adjustment once again. And it's not to, I mean, not ever displease, or not always trying to you know, run away from existing list. But seriously, you look back, it is a fact. You know, I was not born there. My interest and my education was only focused to read. You know, and until I turn adult, or seems to be an adult, that I was able to make choices without telling people, and I was judged by that. And they say, if you don't talk to adult when you make choices, you are the adult, and we're gonna treat you as one. I said, thanks, but you lack. You don't know the lawful or your rights, so you have to learn. Okay, better than that, you know. So yeah, so I made friends, you know, I made friendships, you know, or I made you know, positive differences, you know. So that's all. And I don't mean to hurt anybody, because I know that while I am talking, some people are very much you know, pondering, and some people are just like, tell them something, you know, you know, sleeping. So, and then, so those are kind of the position. I know everybody might be anxious, or might have, you know, expectations, and you know, hey, let's make a deal, you know. Sounds good. Kind of. And then so everything is on computers, and I'm rushing, you know. So it is basically a designing and concept. Oh, I know this concept.